Assalamualaikum. My name is Hadija Dania binti Muhammad Nur Azmi. My matrix number is 2019227692.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faatihah binti Azizan. My matric number is 2019807314.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Farhanah Izzati binti Anwar and I'm from N5 IM104E. My matric number is 2019286652.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. My name is Hazreen Hazeeda binti Muazmi. My matric number is 2019239393. For this group assignment, we require to plan a design a departmental record center for the care of semi-current record. So, we choose to build Sarawak State Attorney General's Record Center Department under Sarawak State Attorney General. For the introduction, the problem that client have are: firstly, do not know how to manage a record since all record aspect must be recorded. Secondly, uncertainty about which record should be kept and discharged. It might be difficult for people to decide which one to maintain and which to discard. And thirdly, do not know how to properly dispose of a record once it has served its purpose. Then we propose our record center is a departmental record center which will be handled and managed entirely under our supervision, and it is from the Sarawak State Attorney General's Record Center Department. The range of our client will come from the headquarters company, which is Sarawak State Attorney General. It is a firm company where lawyers are working in our company. Since this company requires a lot of case record to be stored and managed, the Sarawak State Attorney General Record Center Department requires service to help them manage their records systematically and securely. All the clients' case record will be kept safe and properly managed under the Sarawak State Attorney General Record Center Department. Sarawak State Attorney General's Record Center Department is the name of our record center. The shape of the logo, which resembles a building, represents a space in the record center where people can store their record. Our logo's green color represents the authority we will gain from our client and a symbol of seniority for them. Our motto is honesty and systematic. This is parallel to our objective to help lawyers to organize their record in a more orderly manner. And our vision is make the Sarawak State Attorney General's Record Center Department a trustworthy institution, and by 2030 it will have developed a place that will go forward in the preservation and disposal of documents. And our mission is firstly, provide effective and efficient training to assist the client in organizing their record. Secondly, introduce and implement an electronic record system in each department of the company. And thirdly, to deliver a better service for the sector that can be trusted and relied upon.
Next is the objective of our record center, which is the first objective is to keep legal document of court cases record to be well managed, and the second one is to facilitate the record management staff to identify the semi-current record and the non-current record that need to be disposed of. And for the last objective in our record center is to facilitate the lawyer to identify their cases easily, whether the case is already settled or not.
For the core business, this business is mainly for organizing the record, maintaining and storing record, creating disposal schedule for records, and provide intensive training to the client.
Okay, next, organizational structure. There are 7 departments in the records departments of the Sarawak Attorney General Center that are important in helping to manage record efficiently, and each department has responsibility in ensuring the orderly arrangement of records. Each job description is required in record management, who are in charge of playing their respective roles by monitoring employee activities and ensuring all processes are followed properly. Following is the organizational chart description. First, Director of Records of the Legal Department. For operation, our directors play a key role and use their expertise and experience in providing appropriate service to operate the record center established for the Attorney General's Chamber of Sarawak to be used by officers of the department in an orderly manner and in accordance with established procedure, well arranged so that measures are stored with neat and perfect for future use. Second, record supervisor. The record supervisor is responsible for managing staff, planning and evaluating departmental activities so that the department can achieve its goals. In addition, it will ensure that every division in the Sarawak Attorney General Centre Records Department is in order during loan processing and record keeping. Third, management service manager. They plays a role in ensuring that staff of the general administration or finance unit and the library units under its management use the record center, provide systematically and monitors every document borrowing that occurs. Fourth, advice manager. Its role is to ensure that every black and white written record and on advisory service and negotiation of the implementation of public service transformation is handled systematically and control the entry and exit of documents through its units. This will help maintain the quality of the material and be usable within a valid time frame for the documents. Fifth, revision and drafting of the legislative manager. Its role is to ensure that every document related to the legislation is valid and eliminates unnecessary documents. Second last is civil and procession manager. Its role is to ensure that documents related to the handling of trial case, appeals and criminal review in court are in good condition and available at the Law Department's record center for future use. In addition, monitor the use of the documents from any employee of this division and ensure that the documents complies with the condition of storage and production of documents. Last but not least, staff of the Sarawak Attorney General's Record Center Department. Staff from all divisions ensure that they comply with every instruction and procedure of their manager in managing record keeping at the Sarawak Attorney General Center Records Department. Next, record the borrowing and return the documents issued or entered at the record center and always that guideline or ethics are followed while in the record center area to ensure all documents are stored neatly and orderly. Okay, next we continue with the establishing an administrative structure. First, Hadija Dania binti Muhammad Nur Azmi as the director of the records of the legal department and has a salary of 8,500 ringgit, obtained an academic qualification of basic law in 2002 until 2003 at UiTM Dengkil, then extend to Bachelor of Information Science Records Management in 2004-2007 at UiTM Segama Johor. And finally, continue her studies in Master of Science in Records and Documents Management in 2008 until 2010 at UiTM Shah Alam. She has experience working as a lecturer for approximately 3 years and continue working as a records consultant for approximately 5 years at the Record Center of Quality Dynamic Consultancy, Sdn Berhad, before becoming a records manager. Now as director of the records, will perform duties in overseeing the administration of electronic or paper-based information, determining the best records management resource for the needs of their organizational departments, and so on. Second, we continue with the other person, which is Hazreen Hazeeda binti Nur Azmi as a records supervisor and a salary of 7,606 ringgit, obtained the academic qualification of Sijil Tinggi Persekolahan Malaysia in 2001 to 2003 at SMK Datuk Mansur, then extend to Bachelor of Information Science in Records Management in 2004-2007 at UiTM Puncak Perdana, and finally continue her studies in Master of Science in Records and Documents Management in 2009 until 2011 at UiTM Shah Alam. Her experience working as a librarian for approximately 2 years and continue to work as an assistant administrative officer for approximately 6 years of the registered departments of University Technology Malaysia Johor Bahru before becoming a record supervisor. Now, as the supervisor of records will perform duties in compiling, summarizing, and disseminating research, statistics, and data in response to departmental and community demands and more. Okay, next we continue with the other person, which is Faatihah binti Azizan as a management service manager and a salary of 7,550 ringgit, obtained an academic qualification of diploma in information management in 2007 until 2010 at UiTM Merbau Kedah, and finally continue her studies in Bachelor of Information Science Records Management in 2011 until 2013 at UiTM Shah. She has experience working as a librarian for approximately 4 years and continue working as an archivist for approximately 3 years at the National Archive Department before becoming a management services manager. Now, as a management services manager, will carry out duties in compiling statistical reports from units under the care of management services by compiling and preparing monthly and annual reports, review various reports and records before submitting them to various offices and agencies, and many more. The next person, which is Nurul Izzati binti Anwar as advice manager and has a salary of 7,266 ringgit, obtained an academic qualification of Diploma in Information Management in 2006 until 2009 at the UiTM Rembau Negeri Sembilan, and finally continued his studies in Bachelor of Information Management 2011 until 2013 at Multimedia University Cyberjaya. Has experience working as an IT librarian for approximately 2 years at CQ Tech KL Sendirian Berhad, and continue working as an assistant information technology consultant for approximately 5 years at Rank College of Technology and Design before becoming an advice manager. Now, as career advice manager, will carry out the tasks of ensuring that every black and white written records of advisory, service and consultation of the implementers of public service transformation is maintained systematically, and so on. Okay, next we continue with the second last person, which is Nur Raihana Bila binti Kamal Arifin as revision and drafting of legislation manager and a salary of 7,010 ringgit, obtained an academic qualification of Diploma in Information Management in 2007 until 2010 at UiTM Johor, and finally continued her studies in Records Management Bachelor of Information Science in 2011 until 2013 at UiTM Kedah. She has experience working as an administrative clerk for approximately 4 years at Kabel Core Construction Machinery Malaysia Sendirian Berhad, and continue working as assistant manager of legislative revision and drafting for approximately 3 years at CKNG and Associate before becoming the reviewer and drafting manager of legislation. Now, as the revision of this drafting of legislation managers, we carry out the task of ensuring that every document related to the legislation is valid and remove unnecessary documents with the prescribed procedure, and many more. Last person, which is Nur Ayu Shamsina binti Jalaluddin, a civil and prosecution manager and a salary of 6,880 ringgit, obtained an academic qualification of Diploma in Library Management in 2004 until 2007 at Unicel, and finally continued her studies in Records Management Bachelor of Information Science in 2009 until 2012 at UiTM. She has experience working as a USM assistant librarian for approximately 5 years at USM, and continue to work as an assistant manager of the civil and prosecution records revision for approximately 3 years at IP Genius Sendirian Berhad prior to becoming civil and prosecution manager. Now, as civil and prosecution manager, we carry out duties in reviewing and scrutinizing civil suit papers that been or will be submitted in discussion before or after keeping them in the record center, produce monthly or quarterly reports, and communicate with stakeholders on a regular basis, and more.
Moving on to the collecting information about record system. So for the survey, we have decided to do a site visit survey to our client's agency. Through the survey, we have gathered and collected a lot of information about the client's agency, and we also do analysis while visiting the site of the record center. And for the next part is the record policy. Record policy is a framework that defines how to manage each type of record. In terms of record policy in our departmental record center, we have set a rule and guideline to manage the record appropriately. Next is the disposition action in our departmental record center. So we use destruction record action as an action in disposition record in our record center. Moving on to the average estimate record in 10 years. So we estimate that the record that our record center will manage in another 10 years is around 16,000 amount of record. There will be 10,000 electronic record of non-current record and 15,000 electronic record of semi-current record. However, the exact amount of record that we will manage still depends on the client's request in the future.
Next, we continue with the deciding on the physical site for the record center. First, location. The address for the Sarawak Attorney General Record Center departments is the Attorney General's Chambers, 15 to and 16th floor law departments, Wisma Bapa Malaysia, Putrajaya 935012, Kuching, Sarawak. The location of the Sarawak Attorney General's Record Center Department was chosen together with the company center to protect the records from any adverse event and makes it easier for users to obtain the material. Our record center is located on a dedicated floor in the same building as the law firm's department, as it is ideal for storing a large number of records, and its location is also ideal for a legal department for a record center. There are various aspects that need to be considered for a record center when signing an agreement and arranging to build a dedicated floor for it in the organization, including call center, security, and service provision. Since it is housed in its own government departmental building and there are many facilities in the surrounding areas, our recording center is affordable. We choose a place for our record center that is very safe and away from any disaster such as floods, construction sites, fires, landslide, and other natural disaster. This is because we use the original government departmental position layout, which is equipped with security elements. In addition, our record center is strategically located near facilities such as the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly, court complex, hospital, fire and rescue station, and our record center. Next, transformation system. Your competent record center has an adequate transformation plan to ensure service efficiency in constantly improve. First of all, the Sarawak Attorney General's Records Facilities Department is strategically located, allowing us to build this record center with special features such as roads and public transport. We use 3D transport at Sarawak Attorney General's Record Center Departmental, which is SAG Sarawak Record Center Departmental, to transfer, pick up, dispose of, and other related activities offered by our record center. Our record center provides transformation in the form of the 3 vans and 1 trucks. Next, when transferring or retrieving records from our client's agency, we use a van because the number of records was modest. Meanwhile, if the numbers of records is very large, our recording center will use trucks. The availability of these transportation facilities our works as well as our customers. In addition, due to the establishment of our recording center is the legal department itself, we also provide parking facilities. This refer to staff, customer, visitor, and so on. In addition, the SAG Sarawak Record Center Department provide this special car park in preparation as an uploading point to facilitate the transfer of the large records. This special space is a space for conference during the period of records transfer of record preparation. It is weather-proof facilities to facilitate the process to recording activities carried out between other departments or branch of to each center at the Sarawak Attorney General. Okay, last but not least is communication system. First, telephone line. One type of communication system is a telephone line. The Sarawak Attorney General Record Centre Departmental maintains a telephone line for employees who are our user, customer who needs paper from the recording center, those who wish to interact with us. With this phone line, our customer or others can inquire directly about any inquiries they have about our recording center, and our team will respond as quickly as possible at 082446152. Second, fax. A fax is a telephonic device that allows scanned printed documents to be sent to a telephone number attached to the printer. It is also widely used in the transfer of paper documents from location to another. You can fax at the 082440525 number. Third, email. Electronic mail is a technique of sending letters between people using electronic equipment. Email is currently sent and received over computer networks, the most common of which is the internet. As a result, our record center has its own email account to which user or customer can send correspondence related to our record center through an online network. Our email link is available on our official website, which is sag.sarawak@gmail.com. Okay, fourth, website. The most important asset of our record center is its website. Many businesses around the world have their own website. The SAG Sarawak Record Center Department has an official website for our record center, which offer information on our record center, motto, vision, goals, objective, organizational chart, and more for our record center. User or customer can obtain authentic information, contact information, and provide feedback on the SAG Sarawak Record Center Department through this official website. Visit our website at https://sag.sarawak.gov.my. Okay, last but not least is social media. Instagram and Twitter are the world's most popular social network today. Our team in charge of this social network will give a lot of information about our recording center, such as Sarawak SAG Record Center Departmental location, operation hours, developments, general knowledge as victims in need, defense, links to other sites, and more. If someone is interested in learning about our record center, they can just search our official Instagram and Twitter profile on social media. Find us at @SAG_Sarawak-RC.
Before this, my friends already explained the designing on the physical side part. So I will continue with the constructing or adapting a building for use as a record center. Our record center uses the same building with the creating agency. We will make a renovation to separate some spaces for the office area, working area, meeting room, reference room, search room, and storage area A on level 15, and on the level 16 is a storage area B. In the slide, you will see a picture of the floor plan for level 15 and 16. To make this happen, we choose bulk well construction to do renovation work and GS Teach Engineering Sdn Bhd to do the wiring process. The cost for all of this renovation and wiring work is 299,000 ringgit.
Agency involve only one, which is Sarawak State Attorney General. They have department which are Management Services Division, Advice Section, Revision and Legislation Division, and Civil and Prosecution Division. I start with Management Services Division. They try contact us on 1 May 2020. The client organisation will be needs to contact an information specialist regarding their record. As a result, Sarawak State Anthony General Record Centre works with the organisation to manage the record. Second department is advice section. We have meeting with them in 10 May 2020. So by arranging a meeting between the record manager and the client. Third client is Revision and Legislation Division. Sarawak State Anthony General Record Centre arranged a meeting with the client organisation in 20 May 2020. Lastly, in Civil and Prosecution Division, before the audit, the organisation want to check the semi-current record disposition in 1 June 2020. As a result, they contact Sarawak State Anthony General Record Centre to inquire about the disposal timetable and record review.
So next is the strength in our record center. So we have 5 types of strength, which is first one is secure destruction of record, and the second one is developing and maintaining record center facilities, and the third one is applying custodial and environmental security in record center, and the fourth one is strategic in location, and the last one is we provide training to our staff.
Okay, next, I will continue with the weakness of the record center. First, cost of upkeep. Because our service rely on transportation, we must budget for the cost of vessel, fuel, and maintenance to maintain used vessel, which play a significant part in the delivery and transfer of data. Second, staff training is limited. Due to the financial management limitation, the Sarawak SAG Record Center Department is limited to offering training to our workers in order to cut budget and save on production costs. We should also reduce the needs for the new hires as the result of this. Third, accessibility issue. Some of our workers at the Sarawak SAG Record Center Department are both unfamiliar and experienced with handling electronic records. As a result, information transfer is weak in this departmental records management. Fourth, there are not enough digital alternative. The Sarawak SAG Record Center Departmental also has some employees that are less knowledgeable about the technology and digital equipment accessible at the record center. As a result, they are not always able to give the greatest service as planned. Fifth, information that has been misplaced or lost. Our team made a few blunders due to the usage of technology, such as entering certain information on the wrong record. This is likely to have impact of document storage and retrieval in the record system, necessitating a period of researching as well as updating the new order and according to the given keywords or alphabet.
We move on to the next one, which is the positive and negative client feedback. The positive feedback is from the advice section, which is we are easy to communicate. Next is from the Civil and Prosecution Division. They say that we are fast in responding. The other two is negative feedback from the Management Services Division. They say that we misplaced the record, and another feedback from the Revision Legislation Division is that we are not really good at dealing with the technology.
After seeing the feedback from the pilot project, we have a solution for the weakness and want to launch a program to make sure the client get to know us. Based on the problem misplaced location of record, we will improve our access to the record and electronic record by alert on the record that are in transferring, and we will make sure to provide the efficient services for our client. Next, lack skill in handling technology. In the scope of handling technology, we will improve our skill in using current technology by our staff by practicing in using the technology. By this, our staff will improve in handling the record as well. And we also decide to launch one program called Get to Know Us. As a result of all of this, we are prepared to provide the greatest services from our record center. For the date, we wish to pick a work date, which is Monday, June 28, 2020, when our target consumer will be able to participate. it is more of training session for our record center. As a result, we will also open the booth for record or information consultation. We will take one of the role of information consultancy. Following that, we will create a survey form to allow audience to share their thoughts and opinion on our record center. In addition, we will consider the feedback and idea concerning our record center, and we will make improvement to make our services more efficient and systematic for our client. And for the target client, our target client is the people of the department in Sarawak State Attorney General. Before the event, we publicize the event and the Sarawak State Attorney General's Record Center Department on social media platform such as website. And we are sending the client an invitation card. And lastly, we personally invite VIP guests by delivering invitation cards. For tentative program, this program will take place on 20 June 2020. The program will be start on 10 AM with VVIP attend the program. After that, we will open the ceremony with a speech from the organizer, and then session of opening the ceremony of Sarawak State Attorney General Record Center Department. Next, at 11:30 AM, we have consultation by our record manager and both the registration. And we expect at 2 PM the program will end successfully. Finally, a pictorial session will be conducted. For promotional activity for public about the launching program, we promote the program online by posting in on social media site like website. After that, update the web page with new activities for future event. As a result, we also included information that is appropriate for general public to know about the record center. The general people can benefit from this by gaining knowledge and literate information.
That turns to caring for records in a different format. We need to provide preservation method that needs to be implemented to keep the records durable. The first one is temperature and humidity. We need a thermometer humidifier tool for measuring temperature and humidity in the record center because it will affect the life of the records. Then, the lighting which we want to use in the record center has a light filter to prevent radiation. We choose the adjustable LED light for the record center. The next one is TIFF, in which the staff has to use fingerprint and face recognition devices, and not all staff can enter the storage area to keep records in a safe condition. For fire control, the record center needs smoke detector to detect any smoke and fire extinguishing. Besides, we need to make sure staff know how to use the equipment. Next, for pest control, the records must be safe from the pest agent. One of the ways is we need to regularly check at the record center and hire a licensed insect control. Lastly, for this slide is disaster control. The record center need to prepare the disaster plan record. Not only this, but all the staff need to know how to manage the record that have been affected by disaster. That's all from me. We will move on to the next presenter.
Determining a plan for costing services. For employee salaries and wages, we divide the appropriate salary according to the assigned position. The total amount for the employee salary is RM44,722. Next, for building, the total amount is RM299,000. Lastly, for the facilities and equipment, the total amount is RM7,608. So overall is $351,330.76 for costing service.
So as for the conclusion, the promote can be applied by sharing a record policy and strict procedure to our agency clients. However, for our future enhancement, we really hope that the record management in our record center can become sophisticated in managing the record by using a new technology that can enhance our future record management. So I think that's all from us. Thank you so much.